I didn't think this was going to be a topic anyone wanted to hear me yap about. I didn't think anyone would care at all. But just like George, people been getting real curious, it seems. Judging from the comment section on the last like 5 videos, as well as the unbelievable amount of times on stream I'm asked the exact same question, it does seem like people really do give a hoot, which is pretty surprising to me that this one question has been getting asked more often than what happens to us after we die. It's people asking, what's going on with my room? Why is it getting progressively emptier? I am kind of surprised anyone even noticed. I didn't think people would even care about the background, but yes, the room has been getting more and more barren. I got items blinking out of existence behind me fall into the fucking back rooms day in and day out, which has led to a lot of people speculating that I'm either moving or there's a burglar that keeps stopping by and he has to take items one by one because he's driving a smart car, so it's kind of like a long-term robbery that is, kind of perpetual. Just all kinds of like theories on what's going on with my room losing items, because only like a week ago I had this bitch looking like Santa's workshop, just filled to the brim with items and goodies, and now it's looking about as empty as a showing for Joker 2 in the movie theater. And I've talked about it on stream a little bit. It's not like a secret, and it's also not like this huge song and dance with like a crazy deep lore behind it. I'm just redecorating the room. I'm just redoing all of it. So I've been taking a lot of the shit out of it, and I've been donating a lot of like the furniture, as well as just like giving a lot of things to friends who might want the items. And I'm just kind of just redoing all of it, which is why it's so empty right now, because I'm in the process of it. I've been doing it for like a month and a half now. And it's also why the audio in the last few videos sounds a little different, because there's now like nothing over here or behind me. So it sounds like I'm in like a goddamn sewer. I could probably do the Halo theme song and have it sound amazing with this reverb. But it's only temporary because I just wanted to elevate my space here a little bit. I'm not moving or anything. I've been in the same place for so many years now. I'm not planning on doing anything like that. I'm just changing the room around. There's nothing too deep to it. As I said the last time I did like a room tour a couple years ago, I just wanted this room to be like a museum for all the shit that's special to me. So I've been working with some friends to help bring that vision to life in a better way than I had it previous. I'll show you a couple of alterations I've made that are pretty close to done. I got a brand new display case for some of my cards. I'm sure all of you know that I used to have a problem, but I am a recovering shiny cardboard addict. This card display case has my fucking nuts in it, honestly. These are some of my most precious treasures when it comes to consuming, because card games have always been pretty special to me, and these are my favorites. One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, and Pokemon. So I have some of my favorite boxes for Magic, some of the hardest ones to find, like all the Portal boxes, even a Legends box revised, and then all of the first 9 One Piece card game boxes, as well as my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Boxes. Then I've got some big ticket singles that would make your grandma flash her titties just to hold them for a few seconds. I got all of the manga rares for One Piece, as well as every first edition Pokemon card back when they were still with Wizards of the Coast, and all of the Gold Star Pokemon cards, because I think they fucking crushed it with Gold Star, which was post-Wizards, so I have all of those, as well as all of the cards that I actually opened on stream for Pokemon, so you can see that those sets that are sitting in those first ed boxes, I actually opened those on stream. And then above that, I have some of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Ghost Rares and Starlight Rares, and my Dual Knights trophy, which was a tournament for Team Samurai that I ended up winning, and then some of the Alpha Magic cards that I opened from the Alpha starter deck that we did a video on about 5 months ago with Pay Money Wubby. Above the display case, we have these sacred items, which are more precious and more beautiful than the Mona Lisa. They're custom frames for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Frame is all first ed cards from the OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets. It's not every Ultra and Secret Rare from these sets, it's just the best ones from them. So, the first edition Blue Eyes, first edition Dark Magician, first edition 5 Pieces of Exodia, all from Legend of Blue Eyes, then Metal Raiders, Pharaonic Guardians, Dark Crisis, Invasion of Chaos. You get the idea. It's just the things that make you go, yeah, I can come to that. And then in its neighbor right there, the Pokemon frame, that's every holo from the base set in first edition. So yep, first edition Charizard in there, all shadowless, of course. Now, I mentioned this last time I showed this frame. I found all of these years ago in rough condition, so they're not like, a $300,000 Charizard just fucking plopped right there. That card I got for like $1,000, but it is still a shadowless first edition Charizard, but if you get closer to it, you're going to see that shit is more scuffed than toilet paper. But it doesn't matter to me because I think it still looks great in the frame. And then finally next to that is just some One Piece art I saw on Amazon that I thought looked really cool, so I put it in a frame that backlights it and it just really pops. I'm really into One Piece right now. I compete in the One Piece card game and I am so deep into the show. Just to give a quick update on that, I am deep into Act 3 of Wano. I've finished One Piece, so now I'm in Onigashima Paste. It is so good. I also redid my closet, which was a task I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. This was filled with so much garbage. It was an actual landfill in here, but I cleaned it all out and I set it up to be like this tiny little card store almost, like a pseudo card shop almost, where it has every single Magic the Gathering box ever made, except for Arabian Nights. That is the only box I'm missing because that shit just doesn't really exist. So I have one of every box in here, and I've said this before, I don't just have these boxes to squat on them forever and just kegel them, just like lay on top of these magic treasures like I'm fucking Smaug from The Hobbit or anything. The reason I have these is because on the Skill Check channel, we actually have a series where we play every single set of Magic and do a 4-player brawl format for them. So we each open 9 packs from the boxes and we play the cards. So I have one of every box ever made for that series, so all of these will be opened and every single card will be played with. And I mean played with in every sense of the word. I will sexually satisfy myself with each and every card from these boxes. And it's all thanks to the Skill Check Box Brawl series. If anyone's curious, the boxes, these units that they're sitting in, are actually shoe racks that I got from Walmart. Pretty much everything I own is from Walmart, so I'm always trying to make the most of my Walmart items, and that just served the perfect purpose for these boxes. I think it just came out looking really nice. Now, I don't have it set up super well. As you can see, I still have a gun that's just sitting behind 2 Magic boxes because where I initially had my guns in this room, I moved and I didn't know where to put them. So right now I just have one of my handguns sitting there. But I guess even that kind of looks kind of hard. But that will definitely get moved to a different gun rack once I'm finished. Worth mentioning, I'm not actually done with that closet display in there. You can see some holes in the walls in the picture, and that's because I put some floating shelves up initially, but I just didn't like the way they looked. So I'm going to be redoing it, but the idea is I'm going to have some kind of shelving unit there, haven't decided exactly what, that's going to display some of my Warhammer armies, because I've been so deep into Warhammer recently, 40k, and I've been collecting a lot of armies, like fully painted, pro-painted armies that people sell through eBay and all of that. And I've been collecting those because I'm going to not only learn to play the tabletop, but I also just really like the way all of it looks, so I'd like to present them. So I'm going to present some of them in there. There's also going to be some behind me. Like you can see that I still have my Titus that's here. He's going to be going into like a display. And I just wanted to mention that there's also going to be Warhammer in that closet too. That's going to look really cool. Those are really the only things that I have in a state that I think is presentable. Everything else is in shambles and just kind of thrown all over the place haphazardly. Except for like what's behind me where it's all kind of empty and spaced out. Like I like what I've done with the Goof Juice fridge. I think that's going to stay there because I'm going to keep my Goof Juice in it. And I like where the claw machine is because I think that it's not only accessible, but it also kind of looks good there. Those two I think are really nice bookends to what I'm going to put in the middle, which is going to be an entertainment center that's going to be filled with all the games that I've collected and all the consoles that I've played growing up, as well as some statues from some beloved franchises that mean a lot to me. So all of that'll go between the claw machine and the Goof Juice fridge. And I'm going to go ahead and answer a question that usually piggybacks off of people asking me about, the state of my room. And that's asking me about what's going on with the, GamerSup claw machine over here. What's the status? If you've been to the streams, you'll know that that used to be fully functional with the stream where it would randomly choose people through the Discord to play it. They'd watch through the webcam and try and win an item. There's little labels on the stuffed animals in there that have like Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Starforge PC, and all that. And if you win an item from it, I would then send you that item. I have the claw machine grip strength set to random probability. Everyone knows claw machines are rigged, so I just set it to purely RNG with how often it's going to grab. And it's been down for the last month or so that I've been doing the room redecorating. However, I'm happy to announce that I will be flipping that puppy back on shortly after making a couple more changes. We worked all the bugs out through the month or so that we had it live, and when I turn it back on, it'll be available for anyone watching the streams to play and participate with. Completely for free. You don't have to be a YouTube member or a sub or anything like that. This is just totally open to anyone to just play the claw machine behind me during stream and try and win some items from it. So I'm not sure when that'll be. I think it's only 2 weeks away-ish. Kind of just depends on a couple of the things that we're changing and working on. But yeah, it will be back on pretty soon. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of the whole rundown of the room here. It's not even close to done, but it's underway. The project it's off the ground and running. As I said, the goal is to be a museum of things that have meaning to me. Whether it's card games out the wazoo or some more personal items that I'm going to be putting around. When it's all done, I'll do a full room tour video for it, a little update to the one I did a few years back. So, yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah.